Today we are seed starting in small places. Right here I have my outdoor table that I just keep on my back porch, and this is where I'm starting seeds. This year my goal is to be super consistent and smart about growing so I can have a successful harvest. And what that means is what that looks like for me is doing research and from the years past, what I did differently, what I need to do better or not do. So I remember a year or two ago, I did a seed starting for my vegetables indoors. And today it is super cold outside. It is still March. It is the second week of March, and I am just trying to start my seeds indoors. I remember 2 years ago, I started my seeds indoors, and I had a beautiful, beautiful beginner-friendly garden. Um, and I was able to grow a lot of cucumbers, a few tomatoes. I grew a lot of green beans and peas, and that was basically it. I was just dipping my toes in it. Well, last year I didn't seed start indoors. I was very excited and I just decided to do my garden and not do research, just, oh, I did it last year, I can do it again this year. I came across companion planting, which I knew a little about, and I knew that if you put this and this together, it would grow. It would grow. Well, I never did that, so this year I am. So what I'm mostly seed starting today is a lot of flowers. I have echinacea, nasturtium, alyssum, zinnia, marigolds, pansies, snapdragons, some more nasturtiums, echinacea, I'm probably saying this all wrong, these, Canterbury bells, sunflowers, and some more zinnias. So I'm moving in front of the camera so I can get started because I have to cook supper and clean the rest of my house before 5 o'clock, and it is almost 3. So what I'm using right now is, I hope you can see this in the camera. Yes, I picked up 2 bags of Back to the Roots Organic 3-in-1 Seed Starting Mix. I'm using Seed Starting Mix because it has the nutrients it needs to, whenever you're starting your seeds, instead of like a potting mix. I do have another bag, but it's not from this same company or brand. And I'm going to show you what I have. Just going to plop this right here. It's already opened. It is also a seed starting mix, and it's kind of falling out. It's natural and organic as the Jiffy brand. It's cut off, but can you see that? Yeah, y'all can see that. Okay, so I'm really itching to get back into gardening, but the weather is just not warming up. So, so this is how we're going to make it work. I think, let me see. Oh, these are some big seeds. I never really planted any of these seeds. I would just get like a wildflower packet or like a like It's a packet that has a bunch of wildflowers in it. And what I would do is just throw it and it would just grow. I'm gonna start with marigolds actually, because marigold is a companion planter for a lot of plants I am planting. I read that marigolds, nasturtiums, and where is it at? This one, alyssum, companion plants. I'm sure these two, but when I was reading, these three would pop up a lot. So that's what I'm gonna start first. I'll start these first and fill up a whole like row. I also have some of these cups I have back here that I'm going to rehydrate and add some of those. So I'm just kind of experimenting, which I shouldn't be doing. I'm just going to take my toddler's little chair that she uses whenever we homeschool and we do arts and crafts and their schoolwork on. Oh, you can see me, yeah. So this is a really small space. We do live in a small area here. We do have a small square footage of house. So I'm just trying to show you like practical ways that you can seed start in your house and it's like possible to get done. So if you're new here, my name is Haley. I am a mom, a stay-at-home mom to 4 children. I have been married to, I guess you can say, my high school sweetheart. We didn't go to the same high school together, but we did start dating through high school. We have been together 13 years, married 10 this year. We got married at just 19 years old. I homeschool my kids. I am a lover of the home. So I love homemaking, homesteading, everything homegrown, homeschooling. I love staying home. So this channel is all about the home. And I just want to encourage all women, especially young moms. I'm only just under 30. I'm 30's creeping up on me in a couple of years. And I just want to encourage other young moms and other moms that I'm sorry. I just want to encourage moms, young moms, and other women that it's possible to love your home, be a homemaker, and not try to fit into society's standards or follow the world. I want to encourage you to just find out who you are. Just want this to be a light in your road of life, that whatever you choose to do, I just hope that I can encourage you from this channel, whether it's homeschooling or like homegrown, homemade, learning from me, because I do not like to really follow today's fashion. I don't like to be present on social media that much, which I kind of took a break this Lent from social media, especially Facebook and Instagram. Facebook I can go without. I just like to keep up with my local churches, and a lot of family likes to plan events and tag us in there. So that's only one reason why I'm still on Facebook, so I can see that I'm invited to the party and not miss like parties or events. I did give up that for Lent, and it's going well. It's giving me more time to research and just get closer to the Lord. I didn't give up YouTube, because YouTube I'm trying to make like a full-time job and make home content. And I still have Pinterest. Is Pinterest a social media? Because it's more like a web browsing for me, like a search tool. Because I do like a lot of searching there. What I did was I had my green notebook for the garden this year, and this is how I'm planning. I have number 1 right here, and then on seed starting, I wrote number 1 nasturtiums. So that one packet, guys, I'm still learning. So what I did was I put 3 or 4 in each cell, and I am going to pray that it takes. We shall see. And I'm not going to go ahead and do these yet. I'm going to try to fill up these. Next, what I'm going to do is marigolds. If you don't have a greenhouse, you can do something like what I'm doing. Maybe invest in a little shelf right next to a window and get some grow lights. You don't have to find the most expensive grow lights. Maybe get a small cheap set at first to see if it's worth investing in. I'm just doing this because has worked well for me, and maybe if we do get to the point in time where I need to invest in grow lights, a grow light system, I can, and I would love to bring you on that journey. These seeds are small. I'm guessing the black part is the seed because it's harder than this, like, orange part, this tan part. So I'm thinking, yeah, that's probably how they grow. And right here. Yeah. I finished number 2. Now I'm working on sale number 3. And what we have here is, hold on, you're gonna put the seeds in. Okay. So I have a helper here, and we're gonna do the sunflower mammoths. One of our goals this year for me and my children is to grow sunflowers. We didn't grow the mammoth ones because I know these are a little bit bigger. We grew like some small yellow ones, and one of our, so you can start putting 2 or 3 in each little cell, okay? One of our goals this year is to make our own sunflower seeds, and I think that would be a cool idea to like see how or see where like our sunflower seeds come from. Okay, you can come to the next one. So I love showing my kids how things are made or where things come from. And making homemade sunflower seeds is like on our to-do list this summer. Oop. Make sure you do at least 4, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. This summer, I homeschool a little bit throughout the summer, not necessarily a full-on homeschool schedule, but what I like to do is catch up on math if right here. Need some in this one. If we didn't finish our curriculum book, finish a science. This year we're doing the bird Science from the Good and the Beautiful because we're getting chickens and we have chickens. We want to get more chickens. We want to learn more about. Wait. You already put some in these. Like, yeah. We're going to do. We're going to do the Good and Beautiful science curriculum. The birds. We did it a couple of years ago. We're doing it again, just to get familiar with birds and to read more about chickens. They do have a lesson or two on chickens. Okay, that should be good. Let's lay this down. Can you reach? It's good.
Mom, why you put this inside?
So I can work on it. The beginning of my video, I said that some packets got wet and seeds started to sprout. So they're still a little damp and they're not moldy. So you think these are salvageable? I'm gonna try and go ahead and plant them because look, they're already sprouting. These are some American giant hybrid sunflowers, which are probably bigger than the ones that we just planted. This one didn't sprout yet. But these all have like their first roots. So I'm going to do an experiment with these. I have buckets over there that I need to use up. Like, I'm going to turn this for you so I can start. It's okay. Just put them in there like that. Yeah. Once I finished filling up that little tray, I was rehydrating this seed start packet that had 72 little individual cups of soil. I never used this one before. I always use those biodegradable cardboard seed starting packs. This one is a first for me. A few weeks ago, I actually was planning on starting some seeds with this tray, but life happened and I had to stop. So I was able to hydrate it from the little hoard puck and I left it outside. A few weeks passed. Here I am today, rehydrating them, just getting the soil loose enough for me to move it around and plant the seeds. Right here, I'm just talking with you and telling you everything I am saying. There was a crack in the corners at the top of the tray. That's why I had to cut the video off. It was leaking water everywhere and I didn't realize. So here I am now explaining to you there are 6 rows of about 10 to 12 little individual cups. I am going to divide each pack per row and whatever's left I will use as a wildflower garden and just sprinkle those in like a rectangular bed because I do have a lot of extra seeds and a couple of wildflower packet seeds I plan on putting near my garden and our new coop we're going to be building sometime this summer. So I didn't realize how small some of these seeds actually are. So I was trying to get my tweezers and just pinch a little bit and have them fall into the little cups, and that wasn't working out because they started getting stuck on my tweezers and they just wouldn't come off. So after this row, I gave up with my tweezers and I just started pinching them and dropping them in. Now, this is my first year of actually starting flowers from seed and taking care of them this way. In the past, what I usually did was just got a small patch of soil, nicely nutrienced and nicely, ready for flowers, threw the seeds, raked it up, covered it with soil, and I had a small wildflower garden and it did beautifully. I had a lot of bouquets throughout the summer and it was just so beautiful to add that touch and bring it into my home. But since I'm learning more and trying to do companion planting, I want to actually not waste our money and actually hopefully grow flowers from seed so I can replant them near the specific vegetables and around the garden. This is a fun hobby and a fun, rewarding journey I am on, and I'm hoping to share this with you. This was, I never in my life imagined I would be this type of homemaker, um, growing my fruit, growing my food, cooking from scratch. I always loved the home and I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom ever since I was little, but I never thought like I would take it another step and actually do these things, and it's so fun to watch everything grow, and it's fun to watch your kids get involved and how I can incorporate into our homeschool and daily life, vice versa. We can not just learn things in the book but actually learn things hands on around the house and around in the garden, and actually my kids can take that when they're older and whenever they have their household, whether if my daughters want to be homemakers or if my son wants to buy a bigger land and hopefully have his own little farm. That would be so cute. Having that thought or feeling in my heart as a mom, just knowing I'm doing what I can for my children. So, what I'm about to do now is write down each flower that I put in the sale tray from one, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, from bottom to top. The top has two crack sides where the water leaks, so I know that's the top. That is the sixth row. What you're about to see me do is go through a couple of vegetables that I had near this seed tray that got all full of water. I'm just throwing my trash, picking up. Anyway, the ones that got all wet, the packet was already sprouting. The packets that I opened were peas, cucumbers, and a couple of other ones. But whenever I ripped open the peas were sprouted and it had the aroma of actual like cooked peas. And it was smells so delicious. And I can't wait for it to grow and I can just vine the peas and pick them and deshell them and eat them. So these three pots were outside, and that's what I was using to start some of my plants. I'm just going through picking out the seeds and untangling the roots. One of them, I was able to plant some peas. I was able to salvage like 10 or 12 peas. Some was already sprouting and had like that first little leaf, and it had a good healthy root. Some of them didn't sprout. Some of them didn't even have roots yet. I did okra in another one, and I did Roma tomatoes. Now, my goal for this year is to grow a lot of Roma tomatoes and a couple of varieties of tomatoes, not much, but I know that I want to start canning a lot of tomato products. For example, I want to do our homemade pasta sauce, spaghetti sauce, ketchups, because we eat a lot of those. So I'm just starting off with one thing at a time and learning one skill out of a time. So, so tomatoes are coming first. Tomatoes to me are more important. All I'm doing in the garden is important this year, but tomatoes are priority because I want to learn how to can those and make most of our dishes because I'm not a fan of keep going to the grocery store and buying those. And it's much healthier when I make it at home. Go ahead and comment down below your favorite tomato variety and how you cook your tomatoes. What is your favorite way you cook tomatoes? What is the best way to preserve tomatoes? Go ahead and comment down below. Also, guys, I'm experimenting with a mic because I want to be able to film from a distance but also talk about what I'm doing sometimes. So a mic was something I wanted to try out, and I know the sound quality on this little speaker mic is not the best, but it's something I wanted to try out. If it's a bother to you or if it sounds different, go ahead and let me know if it's really a bother or if it's okay to listen to it. I know I can lower the volume so I'm not like sounding like I'm screaming, but it's something I wanted to try. This is editing Haley. It is like a few days later, and I just want to show you what the seeds look like now that some of them are sprouting, and it's exciting. So I just want to show you what they look like. Let me flip you around. Okay, we have, look how cute these are. Look at this one. These were sunflowers in the back. Let me grab my pen. Ooh, these are zinnias. I'm excited for that. Look, I like whenever you can see the soil start to rise because you know that they have um, seeds coming up. I'm not gonna move these around too much. If you look super close for here, you can see this one is starting to sprout. Let's see if I can get some back here. I saw something earlier. Something I'm curious to see is marigolds. See if my marigolds start to sprout. Oh look, they got something right here growing. This is sale tray number 5, which is, oh, zinnias, some more zinnias. They have this little sprout right here, that sprout. This is sale tray number 4, so that is Elysums. I think I'm saying that right this time now. Oops. Ooh, look, they have a lot right here. If you're like amazed like me, go ahead and comment down below. I just wanted to show y'all all the seeds that are starting to sprout that you watch me plant.